Hi, Perp. Welcome to Farside. I'm super excited to have you here today. We'd love to have you introduce yourself real quick.
Hold on, let me put this out real quick.
Wait, it's totally fine.
I'm Perp. I've done music marketing and consulting for about 15 years now. And now I do the Haberdashers,
Hmm.
and that's a lot of fun.
That's
Been doing
amazing. Wow.
this
So you started your career in music?
more on the business side, but yeah. Mainly doing like consulting with labels and brands and acts and stuff. And I produce and DJ as well.
Oh, wait, that's amazing. Okay, so tell me about like you producing and DJing. Are you taking that on chain as well, or is that more of something on the side that you do?
No, I'm not a huge believer in like on chain music in terms of like being the end all. Um, I like the things that artists can do with not with L3, with Web3. Um, but I think it's more as a supplemental thing
Hmm.
than anything.
I think honestly, yeah, it's best to keep a lot of those like interests outside of it if there's no like real way to like integrate it. But that's cool. Okay, and you said you used to do marketing. Now you did music, and now you're doing what was previously known as DEGENDAO. How did you get into like Degen? And what's your story there? What's your story with Degen and Farcaster?
I got on Farcaster. I guess I got the notification a week ago that it's been 1 year. So I guess I got on Farcaster last July.
Oh, nice.
And it took me a little bit to figure it out. Like when I launched Haberdashery, I had less than 1,000 followers. Probably I was like in the 900 range, maybe just over 1,000.
Hmm.
Um, and then we did that. I mean, there's not really a story or anything. I just thought it would be
Just for
cool
fun.
to kind of do it and like see if it would work because it's something that I'd always kind of said should be done with shit coins and meme coins, and just kind of did it. There's
Yeah.
there's not a big story behind it or anything. I feel like people want a big story, but there's really
No.
not. Like like I didn't even talk to like Wake or anything about it until after he had bought in like 2 or 3 days later.
Yo, honestly, like the best stuff spins out when there is no story. There's you're kind of just like, you know what? Let's just do this for fun. And you guys are doing super well right now in the sense that like it's such a vibe. I see the Haberdasher is such a vibe. I know Samuel loves it. He's always
Yeah,
talking about
I'm
it.
really excited with it. I feel like we're kind of in a figuring out stage still. I feel like people want it to be more. Some people want it to be a more traditional, quote unquote, type of DAO, and like I get that,
Mm.
but like DAO structures aren't new. Like kibithism and other kinds of communal structures aren't new things. Um, it's just how they're being implemented in Web3 that's kind of slowing things up. I feel like so like
Yeah.
I don't see haberdashers kind of as like a quote unquote traditional DAO. But yeah, I feel like we're kind of restructuring things now. But once we figure those things out, I think it's going to be really, really cool. I'm really excited about the future of it.
What's your like ideal way of how you would run Haberdasher? Like what's the vision for it? Like I know you guys previously did some grants and stuff. Is that kind of what the direction is? Like providing value to people building on top of Degen?
I'd like it to be. I feel like we're going to be going kind of in another direction with it. I feel like it should be grant heavy and kind of leveraging social capital and social connections. I get why other people don't see it that way. But in terms of my vision for it, that was my vision for it was super grant heavy,
Fair.
focus more on establishing relationships and kind of leveraging those relationships to build cool stuff and further
Yeah.
the mission of the DAO.
How has your on-chain relationships and social graphs been? Like, how do you go about your building up your network and social graph?
I kind of just do it. Like I don't really think about it. I just people like me and like I
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
such a
just
vibe.
I kind of just use that. I kind of just do the oh shucks I'm a hillbilly thing. It works for me.
I love that. Also, shout out to Haberdasher. I did get a small grant from you guys for Farside, so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, and I hope I'm
Yeah,
putting it to
definitely.
use properly.
I'm excited to see what you're doing with it. I like stuff like this. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, me too, me too. Cool. So tell me then, what's the reason behind your name, Perp? Where did Perp come from?
My producer name is Purpletariat, which is kind of just
Oh,
proletariat with perp in front of it. And then when I got on here, perp was still available, and I was like, well, fuck it. I've never had a 4 letter tag on a social media account, so I was like, that's why I
it feels
actually.
so good, right?
That's why I actually did really commit so much time to Farcaster because I was like, okay, I've got the 4 letter tag now. I gotta commit to this, and that's why I went all in at Farcaster in the beginning. Was just because I had that 4 letter tag. I was like, I'm never gonna have this opportunity again. I
Yeah.
might as well make the best of it.
Okay, I get that. I totally get that. I also got my very first name on it. There's so many Ishikas in the world, but like it feels so cool. It's special.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's that's the best part is just having that really cool tag. I feel like now that I experience it, I get it, and yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
is a lot of fun.
To me, it's like I personally see the having your first name or like that four-letter tag better than having that blue check on Twitter,
Oh yeah, definitely
right?
by a lot, especially now. But even before, I think I would have still taken the Matt tag than
Yeah.
over a blue check or anything.
So were you on Twitter before as well, like in the space too in crypto?
I mean, kinda, but like only because like I'd been doing like live streaming crypto events for like
Oh,
metaverse since like 2021, and like I kept a Twitter because of that, and like because I wanted to do stuff in crypto Twitter, but I also hate algorithms and like refuse to like post in a way that would actually be beneficial to me.
yeah.
um so like yeah, I had a Twitter, but it was pretty useless for me to keep it.
Wait, so you live stream? Do you still live stream? Like, have you been doing stuff on Lonely and stuff? I
I've
feel like
done
you
a
would
few
be
things
so
on
good.
Unlonely, and then I used Stream the other day. Is that what it is? Stream.tv. Hold on. I really
Your
like it.
personality is such a vibe.
STREAMM.tv. I
I see.
really like them. They have a really cool frame for it, and you can use virtual audio cables without having to go through like OBS and stuff. You can use it as a native input, which is really nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, I use them and they save everything to your profile. I used them the other day and I really like it. Um, I mean, I would like to live stream more than I do.
You
Um,
should. Your personality is such a vibe.
well, when I live stream, I don't have my camera on or anything. Like I said, I don't
Oh,
like. I just
so you,
DJ. I'll just sit there. I'll put a visualizer on and I'll just DJ.
so am I the one doxing you right now?
No, I mean I've done live streams. I've done like
Okay.
card packs. I've been docs forever. Like I just don't like it.
No, I totally understand. I feel that too. I think it took me a while to start something like this with my face on it. I don't know. I just don't like having my face attributed to like something because I want people to purely just like consume my work for or like me for my work apart from other stuff as well. So Yeah, I totally feel you on that. I'm curious to hear your journey. Like, where, tell me, like, how you got in, like, what got you into the space? What was, is there like a specific reason you got into space? What do you like about this, like, the Farcaster space? Or just Web3 in general?
Farcaster, I like it because it reminds me of like how Facebook was before they like
Mm.
fucked it up with algorithms and shit. Um, in terms of crypto, I think let's see, I got in like 2020, into 2020, and like mainly it was just because I like art. I spent a lot collecting art through the last bull while I was like DJing and stuff. But like I'm not a tech guy or anything. I
Yeah.
just like the cool stuff that you can do with like crypto that you can't necessarily facilitate easily. I like more like the tracking aspect and like the logistical aspects of crypto a lot more than like the financial aspects
Mm.
by a
Yeah, the
lot.
culture aspects, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, not
Yeah.
even that, but like the way you can like track fans across ecosystems by using tokens and other tactics
Yeah.
that aren't necessarily sort of not excessive but invasive. You can it gives you a really non-invasive way to track how your fans interact within different ecosystems, especially if you're using like ERC20s and stuff. So like stuff like that I really like.
Yeah.
Which I
So,
feel like is the most nerdy answer to that question you
wait,
can
that
get.
is not nerdy. I think you've probably given like one of the most unique answers. I think a lot of people have come in purely because of the financial aspect of it or through NFTs. This is the first time I'm hearing like you're coming in for the social aspect of it, which I think it's really unique. I well, I got into it, I think, through you know how I got into it? It's the most nerdiest thing possible. It's because someone was trying to explain to me how Bitcoin works, and the way they were explaining made absolutely no sense. And I'm like, this makes no sense. I need to understand how this works. So I went and read like the Bitcoin paper, the Ethereum paper.
I don't know it.
Yeah, it's so nerdy. And then after that, I'm like, okay. Because I get so annoyed when I don't understand how something works from like the deepest level possible. So I'm like, now it's logical. It makes sense. And then that's how I started my journey. And then I started uncovering all like the cultural use cases, the social use cases. And to me, the social one was the one that stuck with me the most just because I feel that's how that's how Web3 integrates into your life, like on a social level, right? I think everything else has like its own branch to it. But when it's
I
socially
think
integrated into your life,
that's what also excites. That's why I stuck around Farcaster
yeah.
is because there's just so many ways that you can like not even monetize but like effectively capture your community's impact on the social timeline using Farcaster, and it's just even in its beginning, like and
Yeah.
as long as Dan, which I trust, is going to keep away from the heavy algorithms and stuff, Farcasters won't be fires for a
Oh
while.
yeah. What have been your favorite communities that like you've been part of or like that's helped you kind of grow socially? Or is just kind of you're all over?
Um, Kind of all over, I guess. I don't really pay attention to what community I'm in when I'm on Farcaster.
Hmm.
But like in terms of communities I met on Farcaster, definitely FBI. Um,
Oh, love it. I was gonna
I
bring up FBI. You brought it up yourself. I love it.
I really respect FBI. I think they're one of the best groups of builders on Farcaster. Proxy as well, even though I count Proxy as part of FBI now, it all just runs together in my head. Proxy too. Alex is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love
You're
what he
also
does.
honor you're basically FBI at this point. You're such like yeah, honestly. Where are we seeing you in India, Perp? Are you coming to Goa? Goa House?
I'd like to. India is one of the leaders right now in the world in stem cell research. And
Oh yeah, that is true.
they have state funded stem cell research, which only like 2 or 3 countries have right now. I think it's them, Colombia. I think Mexico's fixing to start, and then like one country in Europe. But I would like to. It would depend on a lot of things. But if I do like if I go for stem cells, it will most definitely probably be India. That way, I can kind of like combine them, so
Oh
to speak.
yeah. It's like, yeah, that's so true. Well, looking forward to seeing you there. I think it'll be a lot of
Yeah,
fun, and you
I
can
would
get whatever
definitely.
you've always wanted out of it too. Lovely. So, what really sticks out to you from for FBI? Like, what how do you think FBI sticks out from as a community up when comparing it to other communities in the space?
Because they managed to keep it like decentralized and like not a whole thing, and like it's just casual and cool, and they
Yeah,
get
there's
shit
no
done.
structure.
Like that's what DAO should be. Like when I first was pitching Degen DAO, I was pitching it as cool people that hang out online and sometimes vote on things. Like everybody tries to make all these like decentralized processes so complicated. It's really just network and fucking relationships.
The
Like,
more structure, I think we've noticed like the more structure you put into things, like the more you're kind of breaking it in a way. Like you
well,
just let people play
when you
around.
say something's decentralized and permissionless, and then you throw a whole bunch of structure in there, it can't be two of those
Yeah,
things.
it's opposites.
Yes, you can make structured decentralized things, but like not the way everybody else, like not the way people are doing it. Like,
Yeah, agree. Is this like so why did you choose to like go specifically into degen? What are your thoughts around degen right now? Do you think it's changed from when you started?
oh yeah, a lot. I was hoping that a coin called Degen would be a little more DeFi oriented. It's kind of I don't want to say frustrating, but I definitely don't appreciate some of the direction. I get
Mhm.
it to an extent, but it's definitely not, and not even in a bad way. Like I think the project is great. I think it's doing a lot to onboard people to Web3. I just was hoping that instead of onboarding those people just to Web3, we were also going to be onboarding them into DeFi as well. Um, I think that's a
Yeah.
big missed opportunity to this point. Hopefully, we see more come of it. I would love to see more come of it. There's definitely protocols that want it to happen.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to see that happen, though, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100% agree with you there. And I know like Degen started off mainly with the utility of tipping. How do you see that? Do you see that like expanding outside of tipping as well? Or do you think like
I
continue?
I hope it expands on a tipping. It needs to do.
Have you had like ideas onto like how, what sort of other utility it could have?
I mean, it's an ERC20. That's the only utility it really needs. I mean, in the greater scheme of things, there's a ton of protocols that want to implement it. There's just no the DGen team isn't providing liquidity to them. There's a bunch of protocols that have reached out
Hmm.
to them about that.
Interesting. Okay.
There's people that want to implement it, but they're not getting responses back from them, and the DAO
I
is
see.
working with the ones we can, but our time and resources are limited.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At the end of the day, like it depends, right? What I think they're having like a core team that kind of takes the direction forward based off of their intuition of what the best interest is. It may not be like the best interest of others as well, but like I'm curious to see how it plays out. I still like I'm a very bullish on Degen, so I still have I hold a large bag in Degen as well.
I
So
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm bearish on Degen. I'm just saying,
no, no, I know.
for my personal standpoint, I think the coin is going to do fine. Um, I
Yeah,
think I think the team is making good decisions for what they're trying to build. It's just not what I want to see done with it. That's more so what I'm saying.
yeah, that's true. Valid. Maybe like what if you start? I think Unlonely does. I'm not sure if they do, but what if like you begin your live streaming career once again, right? Like as a professional live streamer, and you can probably do something with Degen there. Degen could. I feel like they do have tipping in sort of Degen for live streaming, but like a live token would be
But
fun.
the problem with tipping is that you're taking all the power of distribution from the LPs and you're giving it to a centralized power. Um, the LPs
Hmm.
should have more power, and they're not because there's really no reason to buy Degen since there are so many ways that you can receive it. I mean, that's the biggest problem with Degen. You know, look at where all time high was right when Bracket Game did how much, like what, 15 or so million in volume
Yeah.
during their launch, and look when it started to go down when they removed fees from the LPs. So like
Hmm.
if you look at it historically, that these things are fairly clear. I would love to see less ways to get Degen and more reasons to buy Degen. I think that's what the coin really needs.
Yeah, giving it more reasons. So you're gonna need builders to do that. So I hope like we see other use cases spinning up. What are your takes on like the other kind of cultural coins in the space right now, like Hire and all of those?
I'm generally pro ERC20s in general.
Yeah,
Um, I don't
generally
really
ERC20.
I'm really bad about tracking specific projects. Like obviously, I know what hire is. I mean, I kind of know what hire is.
Mm.
I would, I think saying obviously there was maybe a stretch. I'm generally familiar with hire, but I think any coin right now, especially right now, is the best way to time to have a coin. You know, it's just going to be about figuring out, can you make volume? Can you generate fees for LPs? I think that's really where the big issue comes down right now.
Yeah. Well, would you ever launch your own coin?
I have my
Like
own coin.
you
Um,
do?
yeah,
What is it?
it's Perp and then the Union coin. But I launched it at a
Oh.
really bad time in the market, and I probably didn't do the best launching it. So it's down a lot right now, a lot.
Okay, so what are
But
we doing to bring it back up?
well, I've got hopefully this week we'll be launching the demo of it, but I've got um a really cool generative music platform. It's kind of more like visual dune boards, so to
Whoa.
speak, than like quote unquote music NFTs. They're going to be dynamic NFTs that will call like YouTube API, and then the change of the track, like the change on the NFT, will be decided by, you know, like changes in plays over between API calls and changes in likes and stuff.
Wow. That is very cool. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
glad. You're
So
so yeah.
I've got oh, I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Um no. Um
It's okay.
she made base coffee from FBI.
Guy 3.
I would have way pronounced that wrong. I've got
No,
her,
say it, Guy 3.
Akil, and oh, the artist that did pools doing the art for the demo.
Really? That's amazing.
That should
Well,
be done soon. I'm hoping this week, but we've got it pretty much all done. We just kind of got to put it together, and then we'll be doing that. The base level variant will be available in the Union coin, and then we'll have a special variant that will be limited, that will be available in Perp. And then I've got a friend of mine who sent me a track, and we got a video done for it, and that would be the track
wow.
that we are tying it to. But in the future, we'll be like purchasing the rights to tracks and like owning those rights and stuff as well, as a way to generate extra revenue and stuff.
That sounds so exciting. So are all these tracks your personal tracks, or are you working with
No,
other artists?
no, I might produce some of them,
You
but as of
should.
right now, no. I've just got the one from a friend of mine.
Interesting. Okay. What sort of music do you produce?
Really weird hip hop. Like,
Okay.
I listen to a lot of Death Grips, so stuff like that, kind of like lo-fi trap.
Nice.
But I mainly do like just sound design and stuff, and then I'll send it to other producers to like put drums to it and all that.
Okay. Very cool. So when are we seeing you as the next DJ for the next FarCon?
Oh, I don't. Oh, that you'll have a better chance of. I don't like places. I doubt
We can
you'll
do a
ever
mini
see.
private
I
concert.
doubt you'll ever see me at a convention unless it's like a digital convention. If I'm
You know,
being
one
honest.
day I do hope to see you though, Perp, playing. I'll be your biggest fan. I'll be shouting, cheering on.
Like, I've been doing streaming DJ stuff since 2015 or 16, I guess.
Nice. What
But
is your
like, I've
take on
never
like?
done like a real life show. I don't. I don't go places.
It might be fun. You never know. This is how you
Maybe.
take your.
Well, it's
This is
more
like.
because of my back and stuff. It's just really hard with my
Oh,
back and stuff.
yeah. I know. I totally understand that. That totally makes sense.
Especially with how like not cool a lot of places are with cannabis.
Yeah. No, I get that. Damn, bro. But like, I hope it does end up working out, like some way or the other. Like that would be so awesome to see you, DJ. I'm sure Farcon would accommodate for anything you need.
But it's getting there is the problem. I have to go through states where it's not
Oh,
California, or I have to fly.
we'll see. Let's see what we could do. So what's your take on though like this whole IRL to URL stuff or like URL to IRL? Right? Like you have all your digital connections.
I feel like people should be doing more of it. I feel like it's a huge missed opportunity in the space right now. Like a lot of the Web2 conventions do streaming pay per view. I know specifically BlizzCon does because one of my old roommates is a producer for them, and they've been flying him out since
Wow.
15 years. He's been doing it for like 10, 15 years that they've been flying him out. So like, Web3
Yeah.
cons are way behind in that regard. And they make bank doing it because they'll charge $200 for the streaming pass and sell all of them.
Very fun. Okay. I know like music is still like a somewhat of an emerging space on Farcaster, especially like there are like very few artists and those that do that are on warpcast they are also very good. I would love to see like more, you know, stuff happening on the music side of things. What is your thoughts like, or do you have any like ideas as to like how more do you see first of all music being a part of like the Farcaster culture and ecosystem? Like, of course, Coop is there with Coop Records, and I know I'm gonna Domino.
Domino, yeah.
Um,
Wait, does
yeah.
he not pronounce it Domino? I always assumed it was Domino.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I hope I pronounced it right, but like
I've
I'm loving.
never paid attention when anybody said it. So
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, like do you have like artists like them like coming onto this platform and showcasing their work? And I feel like there's still is an opportunity there to take music to the next level and just art in general to the next level on Farcaster. What are your thoughts for that? Do you have any in terms of like, is this a space for artists?
I mean, every space is a space for artists. I feel like I think most people. I think the biggest barrier to Farcaster right now is that it's probably the hardest social media platform to post on, um, because you actually have to be a good poster to post on it and actually get
Yeah.
anywhere. And I hope it kind of stays like that. I don't really know how you can change it without like making it super algorithmic, which I hope and I don't think will happen. I think other clients will do it and will probably do it well, and that will probably be when we see more of those types of accounts onboard successfully. When there is a more algorithmic kind of, I don't want to say training wheels because it sounds mean, but like a more poster friendly client, I feel like we'll see a lot more of those accounts because it'll be a lot easier, especially in the beginning, to build up your account.
And the type of media support as well, right? Like if frames can play music, I feel like that would just take things to the next level. Like small things like that, media support, right? Music in the music as frames, or just music as cast. Like I feel like that would be like taking it to the next level. And I feel
Yeah,
like
but Twitter doesn't really have that. I mean, and artists are very successful there. I mean,
really,
Instagram.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I
I
don't
didn't know
think you
Twitter
can
was a
just post
medium
an
for artists.
MP3. If you could, I that's something I never do.
For
Like
music artists?
what, to post MP3s? Or is it a good platform? I mean, it's not a bad platform for
No,
them,
it's not. Yeah.
but it's. I mean, I mean, even Facebook, you can't really do it. I don't think that's necessarily necessary. I think it's more artists are kind of bad posters. I mean,
They need to know how to like. I think what Coop and Domino have as an upper edge is that they understand the technology and using it to their advantage, which a lot of other musicians I feel like don't really know how to. I would love to see them onboard a lot more musicians. I know like obviously they're doing that, but uh would love to see more of like
I would too. And I guess I don't even mean that in a negative way.
no, it's not negative.
It's
Yeah.
just like I said. Once we see a client that's more poster friendly, I think that's when we really will see it. Um, Farcaster really amplifies if you're a bad poster.
Oh yeah.
It's very evident if you're not good at social media on Farcaster. So like yeah, once that, like I said, that'll probably be done by another client. I would like it not to be done by Farcaster, by
Hmm.
Warpcast, because I love Warpcast how it is, and I don't want to learn anything else.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and what now that can't you now do direct cast across all clients now, or is it that like coming in the next little bit?
You can do the direct cast notifications are there.
Once that happens, then we'll see a good client that'll be
Yeah.
cast friendly, and we'll see a lot of musicians and artists on board that way. But I don't necessarily see like the ability. I mean, it would definitely not hurt to be able to embed like an MP3 in a frame. But I don't
Yeah.
necessarily see that being something, especially if it's not going to be good.
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense. I know you said you love the way Farcaster is right now, but like, what is something that bothers you about Farcaster? Like, is there a feature you always like never liked, or what bothers you about it? Not to be negative about Farcaster, but I'm
No,
curious.
I'm trying to think. I mean, honestly, I have no complaints with it right now. I would used to send messages, I mean posts to people all the time, but I haven't done that in a while. Now I can't even think of anything to complain about. Um,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
it's a
I don't
good
even
thing.
want to seem like I'm being a super homer for Farcaster either, because I would call him. I've called Dan out before, and I'd do it again.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I can't think of anything to complain about right
Honestly, that's good. Good. The one thing though, like I do, you know how you kind of were mentioning about this whole social graph thing and like seeing what other people are doing on chain. I One thing I really would love to see more is like some more tools where I can find more people like me, if that makes sense, right? Like
now. That would be cool.
Yeah. Right now, it's kind of like whoever's coming my way, I'm just like kind of networking with them. And if I don't vibe with them, I don't vibe with them. But I think there should be more community mechanisms for Farcaster. Like a lot of the community stuff are coordinated outside of it to a degree, right? Like I think a majority of FBI lives off of Farcaster. Yet it's a Farcaster native community.
Yeah, and I feel like that'll come. I hope. I feel like a lot of it now is performance
Yeah.
issue. You know what I mean? I feel like Farcaster's kind of gone how far they can go with the way things are. I feel like we're gonna need to see like an upgrade on their side in terms of infrastructure and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Have you also checked out, by the way, Zero X People?
Xerox people? No,
Zero
I haven't.
X. Yeah. It's like your
Zero.
entire social graph on chain visualized, and you get literally notifications from everyone from your social graph.
Ooh.
I'm curious to hear, like, if you, I'll send it to you after this, but
Yeah,
curious
do
to hear
that.
your take on that once you do.
Yeah, no, I'm so bad about hearing about new things. If I don't see it in like a group chat or like happen to
Mm.
see it, like I said, I don't go into like I don't even pay attention to what community I'm in. So like if I don't see it on like my homepage, probably not going to see things. But no, definitely curious to check that out. I like
Yeah.
the the tools that are coming in that regard. I feel like that's also going to be something that once we see, we'll see a big uptick in usage and
Yeah.
stuff.
Do you have any favorite like clients on Warpcast or like on Farcaster apart from Warpcast?
No, I only use Warpcast.
Okay.
I only use
Not like
Warpcast.
Supercast or anything.
Oh, it's more so. I've used Supercast when like Warpcast was down until they made it cost money. But I don't like not having my direct messages.
Having more than one. Yeah. Interesting. Cool. I well, I'm excited to see what's the name of the project, by the way, where that you're doing in terms of like the producing.
Oh, I have. Wait, no, I don't. I haven't come up with it yet.
You don't have the name yet?
No,
Okay, wait,
no,
let's
not yet.
brainstorm.
We've got a tagline that's really good, but I don't have it.
What
We
is
don't
it?
have a name yet. What is it? Hold on. Let me go find it.
You forgot the tagline? How is it a tagline if you forgot it?
Collectible that evolves as artist grows.
Interesting. Very cute. Okay. Well, hopefully one day I also can be an artist. I always aspired to be a DJ. I
You
literally
definitely
I
should
gave
do it.
myself, I don't know how do you even learn to DJ? I gave myself a DJ name.
It's just counting to four. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you gotta do. If
Can
you
you
can count,
beatbox?
no, 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 no. If you can count to four, though, you're good. That's all you gotta do. Like
Okay,
mainly, like the thing, like DJing's all about like vibes and shit. Like it's more psychology than anything, in my opinion. It's
I'm
all just
sure.
what the psychology of what makes people dance. So like, all you gotta do is count to four and play good music. That's literally it.
Well, Perp, if I get good enough, I hope to be featured on this new platform
Definitely,
you're planning to build.
definitely.
So, when do you plan on launching it?
Soon. I'm hopefully this week we'll do the demo launch.
Is this an alpha drop?
Maybe. I
Maybe.
don't know if I have said it anywhere or not yet. I know I've said it in like private chats.
Okay, well, we'll look out for it and let's get everyone hyped for it on Farcaster. Perp is dropping something. Awesome. Um, cool. And so I always love to like ask my guests these rapid fire round questions.
But
Do you know what those are? It's
yeah,
just like I ask you questions, you got to answer them
yeah,
ASAP.
yeah,
Okay.
I got you.
So I have four questions,
Yeah.
very quick. And yeah, okay, let's get to it. So the first question, would you rather have 50,000 Degen or the OG NFT?
50 OG NFT because I sold mine to buy. I sold mine for 4 ETH, and then I bought a bunch of ham, and then I got real like on launch, and I did really well with that, and then I lost it all because I'm a bad trader. So I would like to have an OG NFT back.
That's an incredible backstory right there. Oh my god. Okay. Lovely. I thought you would have said 50,000 degen,
I
but
thought about it, but then I remembered.
nice. Okay. Who are your top three favorite builders, artists, or just people on Farcaster right now?
Wake, Proxy, and Sabaya.
Proxy? Wake, Proxy,
Yeah,
and
Sabaya.
Savaya. Okay. Cool. All right. I will shout them out for that. I'm yet to check out. You said the tag is Savaya?
Wait. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Sabaya from FBI. How do you pronounce
Samia?
it? See, I pronounce things how they're spelled. Like, that is how I am.
Oh. No,
I
no,
can
no.
barely read English sometimes.
No, no, no. Don't worry. I was just making sure we got the name right. Samia. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Lovely. Cool. Okay. Third question. If you could travel anywhere in this world, where would you want to travel to?
No. India. I talked about this earlier.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I was curious if anything apart from India is on your list.
No. No.
Lovely. Okay. Well, I hope to see you in India soon. Um, Last question. Is there, if you could build on any kind of chain on in the Web3 ecosystem, which chain would you build on and why?
Um. I guess base because it's
Yeah.
base. I don't really have an answer for that. Base.
It's okay. You know, I also say bass. I say, someone asked me why. I said bass for the vibes.
I feel like that's probably the best answers for the vibes. I don't really have a good answer to that. The base.
You wouldn't build
Curious.
on the, I guess Degen L3 is on bass, so.
No, I don't believe in L3s.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because bridges are super vulnerable,
Hmm.
and to the actual consumer, there isn't really much difference if you're only doing a couple transactions and doing it on base or doing it on an L3. And like, I feel like it's just asking them to take a whole bunch of risk bridging and stuff, not to mention increased friction for like super minimal benefits to the actual holder. Plus, we there's a lot of non-clarity with the DGen L3 in
Yeah,
terms
that's
of
true.
running nodes and stuff like that. So like, I don't necessarily think that's super casual or chill
Okay.
either.
That's a valid take. Interesting. Thank you for sharing. I actually never thought of L3s in that sense. I actually honestly never knew what gets enabled through L3s, but this makes more sense. Awesome. Cool. So, Perp, I am looking forward to your new platform. Let me know what the name is. I'm excited for that. And two, I hope to see you live stream more. I would love to have a Perp channel. You should live
I
stream more.
definitely will attempt to.
Yeah. What sort of live streams do you do, by the way?
Huh?
What sort of live streams do you do?
I just DJ. I just DJ.
Oh, it's a DJ. Okay. Well, we'll organize a party, FBI party. You're doing the DJing
Yeah,
virtually.
definitely. And then I've done like card trading card streams too, but I haven't done that in a while. I'll probably do one of those
Oh,
soon.
this will be fun. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to both. This was so fun chatting to you.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
I'm excited and I look forward to everything and good luck to your for your project. We're gonna pump that on
Yeah, I
Farcaster.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Perp. This was
Yeah,
awesome. All right. See ya.
see ya.